paint quite a bit of white across the model. Now, the colour I'm using for this is Corax White, which I know a lot of people don't use, but I actually do quite enjoy using. It did take me 2 coats of this, even though I'm painting across mainly grey elements, because I did thin it down a little bit more. Once we've got a nice even coverage, I'm then going to take AK White, which is a much brighter white, a bit more of a pure white than the kind of off-white that Corax White is. And generally, I'm going to paint this across these areas as well, leaving some of that Corax White in the recesses. We're going to work very quickly. We're going to use 2 colours. We're going to use Imperial Fist and Magma Drop Flame contrast paint. So I've got both pots open at the same time. You might want to watch this first before you try and follow. Then I'm going to take the Imperial Fist and paint this all over the area that I want to be brightest. Now, flames are brightest where they're hottest, so I'm going to paint the majority of the bottom part of the flame on the brazier with the Imperial Fist contrast paint. Once I'm happy with the coverage, I'm going to clean my brush off and I'm going to pop that in the Magma Drop Flame and paint the rest of the fire. So I'll very much have a two-tone flame at this point where it's kind of yellow and it stops and then goes into orange. What I'm going to do is clean my brush off again. I'm going to dip it back into the Imperial Fist contrast paint and I'm going to start to brush this over the transition between the 2 colours. So it's important we're working quite quick here because we don't want those colours to start to dry. Otherwise we'll get tearing and watermarks. It'll be very ugly. But just work your way and work that paint into it and you'll start to see that it blends into itself, and without too much effort and too much time, it's starting to look like a really nice flame. To add a little bit of red in, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of bar red and paint this towards the end of any flames. To really enhance the flames and make them brighter at source, take some Dawn Yellow and just paint this into some of the recesses and across the most prominent parts of the flame. This is really going to give you a nice effect that, again, just helps add the brightness.
Make sure you follow me for more great short form content and tutorials.